In this video, I'm going to share with you how to get your first 1,000 Facebook group members in the next 30 days. I've got 5 simple steps for you to follow to get your entire group set up the right way that's going to maximize your growth, the type of content to put in, how to go from 0 to 100 members, 100 to 500, 500 to 1,000 and beyond. And then if you stick with me till the very end, I've got 2 bonus tips for you that are going to allow you to maximize your profits from your group when you decide to monetize it. I run my own Facebook group. It's got about 2,500 members. It's an awesome community. People love being in there. I post helpful content all the time. We get a ton of engagement. If you aren't already a member, I'll put a link in the description so you can come join us. And so what I'm sharing with you today is the strategies that I've implemented to build that group. So I'm not talking from theory, I'm talking from actual experience. So if you're interested in growing a group, if you're interested in monetizing a Facebook group, stay with me till the end of this video and you're gonna get everything that you need to know. Hey, what's up? It's Jacob. If this is your first time here on the channel, I'd invite you to click that big red button and subscribe. We'd love to have you here as part of the YouTube family. Click the little bell icon as well so you get notified every time I drop a new video. My channel is all about building your online business, making money online, a lot about affiliate marketing, basically being able to work from your laptop so you can travel and do all that kind of cool stuff. Like this video if you find it helpful. And with that said, let's dive into the content. So like I said off the top, I've got 5 core tips with you to get your first 1,000 Facebook group members in the next 30 days. And then if you stick with me right till the end, 2 bonus tips that are really going to maximize your profits when you decide to monetize. So let's dive into it. Tip number 1 is you've got to get your group set up the right way. And there's some really critical pieces to this, which I'm going to walk through with you. Now, I always recommend to people that they set up a closed group. And there's a few reasons for this, but the main one is that when people come into a group, they want to feel like it's a safe environment. They want to feel like it's a secure environment where they can speak openly, freely, that people on their personal profile aren't going to see what they're posting, that it's a zone where they can come into, they can ask questions, feel safe. And a closed group really allows for that. So I would highly recommend that you choose a closed group when you're starting your Facebook group. It just builds a better community vibe that's going to be powerful, and it's going to allow you to build a really tight-knit community and audience moving forward. The next thing is the cover photo. The cover photo is going to become really important down the track when Facebook starts recommending our group. The things that I recommend you have in your cover photo are a photo of yourself so people know that it's your group, you're their leader, and that you're the one that's going to be driving the content and the growth of the group. Have the name of the group, and also have a short little motto about what the group is all about, so that whenever someone comes, they know what they're there for, they know the type of people the group's for. That's really clear. You've got some core values. But above all that, from a design aspect, you want it to be bright, you want it to stand out. If you visit my group, you'll see I've got a photo of the New York City skyline and then really bright text on top of it. And I'll explain why a little bit later in the video, but essentially that brightness is really going to help when Facebook starts recommending your group. People are going to see it, it's going to catch their attention. You've only got a split second to do it, and then they're going to request to join your group. So make sure you've got a bright cover photo that covers off on all of those things that I just mentioned. The next thing is keywords. Now, some people may not know this, but Facebook's actually a search engine, just like Google, just like YouTube. And you need to have your core keywords in 2 main places. The first is the name of the group, and the second is the group description. So for example, my group is all about affiliate marketing. So I've got the words affiliate marketing in my Facebook group name and multiple times in the description. Again, when your group starts to grow, it's going to start to rank in the Facebook search engine. And those keywords in those few places are really going to help. So have a think about what's your core niche, what are the main keywords for your group, and have them in the name and in the description. The next thing when it comes to setting up your group the right way is having a really strong welcome post. This is where you're going to send people when you welcome them into your group. It should explain who you are, why you're an authority, how you can help them, why the group is a good place, what it's all about, what are your core values, and then give them a call to action to engage. That is a really important point. The quicker you can get people to engage in your group, the more likely your content is to show up on their feed. So if you can have a really good welcome post that gets them pumped up to be in the group with a really simple call to action, that's really going to help get your content on their feed and in front of them the second they join your group. And the final point in terms of getting your group set up the right way is in your group settings, you're allowed to ask 3 questions when people join your group. Now, 2 of these are critical in my opinion, and then the third one you can kind of do what you want with it. But I always recommend that you capture someone's email. I also always recommend that you make people get a password for the group. And the way that I deliver this to them is through a messenger bot. So they have to go to the messenger bot to get the password, so they become a subscriber there. So you're building your audiences on more platforms, and then they come back and they answer the question with the password. This means that people actually have to go to an extra step to join the group, and it's just going to get you more and more highly engaged, ideal members into your group. Then the third question, you can really do whatever you want with it. I ask people to come and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can get them to say, no, I won't spam the group, whatever you want. That third question is really up to you. But the first 2, I would highly recommend you build your email list, and I would highly recommend you build a messenger bot list by asking people to go and get a password in order to join the group. The more people that answer all those questions, the more engaged your group is going to be. It's just the way that it is. If they're not willing to answer those questions up front, they're not going to be good group members. That is what I've seen from my own experience. That's the first step, is getting everything set up the right way. So if you haven't already done that, go through these tips and go and do it. And we're going to move on to step number 2 to get your first 1,000 members in the next 30 days. So step number 2 is your profile has to be set up the right way. I'm talking about your personal Facebook profile, because what we're going to be doing down the track is we're going to be getting people to come and find our profile. And if it's not set up the right way, they're not going to find our group, which means they're not going to be able to request to join, and we're not going to get growth using that. So there's a few steps to set this all up the right way that I'm going to walk through with you right now. The first one is the timeline photo on your profile should be a banner that includes details about your group. So people visit your profile, they see that you've got a group, and then all of a sudden they're going to start looking. And from there, we're going to send their attention down the left-hand side of our profile. You've got a bio where you're going to tell people about your group, who it's for, what they can achieve if they join it. And then you're going to have a little emoji that points down to your featured photo. And in that featured photo, you're going to point people down to your link section on your Facebook profile. And then in there, they're going to click on that link, and it's going to take them over to join your Facebook group. They're the core features of your profile, what's called a profile funnel. So when people visit your profile, their attention is diverted down the left-hand side, and then they come and join your group. So you've got the cover photo, you've got your bio, you've got the featured photo, and then you've got your link to your Facebook group. They're the 4 core components of setting up your profile the right way. So with those first 2 steps out of the way, they were really about getting set up, and now we can focus on actually growing the group. So I'm going to go right back and assume that you've got 0 members at this point. So the next 3 steps are going to be about getting your first 100 members, then your first 500, then your first 1,000, and taking it from there before I roll into the 2 bonus steps that I promised you, which are going to help you to monetize your group when that time comes. So let's dive into step number 3, which is getting your first 100 members. Unfortunately, there's no really easy way to get your first 100 members. I always just tell people it's about getting to work and hustling. The 2 strategies that I can recommend are use your existing audience on Facebook Messenger and on your profile. Chances are, if you operate in any niche in particular, you're going to have people on your friends list and people in your messenger who operate in that similar niche. So leverage that audience, leverage those relationships. Post on your Facebook profile that you've got a group and people can come join it. Reach out to people in particular. Your goal is just to get to that first 100, and really the only way to do that is through hustle. So keep sharing it on your wall, keep reaching out to people, just keep grinding. If you don't have any friends in your niche, you need to go and start adding people, start developing relationships, start networking, start connecting with people in other groups, all that kind of stuff until you can hit that 100 person milestone. I wish there was a push button solution I could give you here, but there isn't. Really, it's all about the hustle to get the first 100 members. So go to work and get that done, and we can move on to step number 4, which is how we go from 100 to 500. All right, let's dive into step number 4. This is where things get fun. We've got our first 100 members, and now we're looking to scale to that 500 member mark. I've got some cool strategies that I want to walk through with you right now. So let's dive into them. The first thing I want you to go and do is find 5 groups in your niche that resonate with you, have similar members to your target audience. You like the person that runs the group, they're highly engaged, they've got similar core values. I want you to join those groups and become an active member. Start posting valuable content, start posting tips and tricks, your wins, your losses, share your story. all those kind of things. Become a prominent figure in those groups, and then naturally people are going to start visiting your profile, start adding you as a friend. And because we set up that profile funnel earlier, when people do visit your profile, they're going to join your group. It's just the way that it works. If you're representing your authority in groups with similar people to your target audience, people start to see you consistently, they're plain and simple going to click on your profile. And the way we've set the funnel up on your profile is that they're going to come and join your group. I promise you of that. The key to this strategy working is that you share valuable content and your story in these other groups. We're not spamming links, we're being helpful, we're sharing our story, we're building our authority, we're making those groups a better place for that group owner, and in turn, that's going to be reciprocated because people are going to come to our profile, they're going to find our group, and then our group is going to grow as well with our ideal members. The other strategy that I really recommend that you implement at this point is leveraging other people's authority through interviews. Finding influencers and finding other people in your niche who have got audiences and interviewing them in your group. Then you can ask them to promote the interview to their audience, and those people will come over and join your group to see the interview. This is a really powerful strategy when you're first getting started, so you can leverage other people's authority in order to grow your own audience off the back of it. Every person that I've seen consistently implement this strategy has blown up their group, and it's really, really easy, really fun, and really effective. And it's a great way to build strong connections with people in your industry who you can then work with in the future. So that's the last one. That is really all you need to go from 100 to 500, is get more active in other people's groups that reflect your group, become an authority, share value, share your story, and people will naturally find your profile. We've got it set up the right way and they'll join your group. And leverage other people's authority by doing interviews. Do as many as you can. It delivers massive value to your audience. The engagement will be through the roof, and then their audiences will come over in order to see the content in your group. So go to work doing that, and that will get you from 100 to 500 members really, really quickly. And now we're at step 5. We're gonna go from 500 members to 1,000 members. At this point, it's really about making your group as engaged as possible so you can get Facebook to start recommending your group to other people. And you remember I said before the cover photo was really important. This is why, because when you get to this point and your group's engaged and it's growing, Facebook's going to start recommending it. And that happens on the right-hand side of the Facebook page. And if your cover photo isn't bright, people only have a split second to decide if they want to request to join. So it needs to stand out. So make sure that cover photo is professional and bright and really, really stands out. So let's dive into now the strategies to go from 500 to 1,000. The most important thing here, like I said, is engagement. And the way you get this is by posting every single day. And I want to walk through with you some different types of posts that you can do in order to get some maximum engagement. You can do a combination of written posts, and what are really, really effective as well is live content. People love live content. They love engaging with it. And the more engagement you get, the faster your Facebook group is going to grow. So do as much live content as you can, and that's really, really going to accelerate the growth of your group. But also complement that with some strong written posts. Just a simple long form or short form written post with a static image, and they can get really, really great engagement. If you're not sure what to share, I would recommend that you share stories about your life, stories about your journey, stories about your transformation in whatever the niche is that you're operating in. Share tips, share value, ask questions of the group. Questions are great because people will really, really engage with that. Everyone wants to share their opinion. Post any controversial opinions that you've got. Being polarizing is a really important piece of growing an audience. You don't want everybody to love you. If everybody loves you, chances are you're not growing your audience as fast as you can. You want some people to like you and some people to hate you. So any controversial opinions you've got about your industry, your niche, share them, and that's going to help build a closer knit community of people that agree with your opinion on that matter. And then quotes are another great thing to share as well. Motivational quotes. People seem to love that stuff, and people will really, really engage with it. And it's just about constantly having a stream of content. So every time someone picks up their phone and goes to their Facebook feed, the first thing they see is a piece of content from your group, and they're training to engage in it consistently, and it's all just really, really going to snowball. In terms of live content, the types of content that you can do are training sessions, ask me anything. You can do rants, which is going to help with that polarity as well, and consistently keep doing those interviews, which you can do live as well, and they get massive massive, massive engagement. This is the key in step 5 to going from 500 to 1,000, is posting consistently and really, really skyrocketing that engagement. That's going to get Facebook to suggest your group. And because we set it up the right way at the start, you're going to get maximum benefit when it finally does start suggesting your group. So they're my 5 tips to go from 0 to 1,000 members in the next 30 days. But like I said off the top, I got 2 bonus tips for you for when the time comes and you want to start monetizing your group. The first one is to build a mentality in your group that says us versus them. You've got to have people that want to continuously come back. And by making your group different, you're naturally going to build a bit of a mentality of this is the way we do things, this is our community, and you're really going to build a tight-knit dynamic in that group. Anyone that comes in and tries to, change the way that you do things or spams the group, people are going to jump to the defense of your group. They'll jump to your defense, and it's really building this us versus them mentality, which is really, really powerful in marketing. And when you build that mentality and eventually it comes time to monetize, people are going to have a really, really strong rapport with you. That know, like, and trust sales factor is going to be really high, and it makes selling that much easier. The second tip that I've got for you is when it comes time to monetize, don't just go and create the products for your group that you think they want. You've built this audience, you've built this huge community, this rapport. Ask them what they want. I'm consistently asking questions in my group of what people want to see. I'm reaching out to people individually as well, people that are really active in the group, asking them what type of content they want to see. And the same applies for products. Ask people the products that they want to create. People will tell you. People love to buy. So get feedback from people on the types of products that they want to see, and then go and build them. Because by doing that market research, it's going to make it way easier to sell, and you're going to sell way more of it, which is going to make your group so much more profitable. That's all I've got for you in today's video. I hope you found those core 5 steps helpful and those bonus steps for monetizing helpful. This will really, really get your group off the ground and get you to that 1,000 member mark as soon as possible. And if you implement this consistently, you can definitely achieve it in the next 30 days. So get to work, implement it, and let me know how you go. Like I said off the top, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do that. Drop a comment if you've got any questions on what I've shared today, and I will get back to you. If you found this helpful, give it a like, because it really, really helps with the algorithm and it helps more people to see this video. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.